Hi everybody, Cynthia here. I am back with my, I'm going to just move my camera, sorry, my 13 Haunted Projects of Halloween series. And last year for my Christmas series, I made a to-go cup gift card, or I'm sorry, greeting card. And my family just loved it. I gave a bunch to my family. And what I did was I added a gift card holder for my niece. And I didn't do that in the video, so I thought, why not make some for Halloween and add the gift card holder? And because I love to gift little Halloween treats to my coworkers. So we're going to make the envelope today, and we're also going to make this cute Frankie to-go cup greeting card. And then it also held a gift card holder. And I just put a Starbucks gift card in there. Dunkin' Donuts is my absolute favorite. But it says, frankly, coffee is always better with a friend. And then I just get like $5 gift cards and I'm like, here, have a coffee on me kind of thing. So I was actually inspired, the Frankie to-go cup. I was inspired by somebody on Pinterest, and I tried to find the name, but all I could find was the actual coffee cup. I thought it was so cute. But this is the one she did. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And I loved everything about it. And it says, life begins at coffee, after coffee. How true is that? So she did one as a shaker. And then just a regular one. I don't know if these are cards or tags. It didn't say. But I do have this one in my Pinterest if you guys want to head on over and check it out. I loved the hair. I thought it was so sweet. And she just used googly eyes. So this is the one that inspired me to make a Frankie to-go cup card. And we're also going to make the envelope in case you want to send them out to anybody. And we'll start with the envelope. But for the sentiment inside, coffee is always better with a friend, I used that from this Not Too Shabby Shop design stamp set. And this is designed by Jamie Peters. Hi, Jamie, if you're watching. It's just so cute. She did digis in her store, and then she designed the whole stamp set, and it says stay and then cozy, thanks a latte, pumpkin spice everything, warm hugs. And then it has like the to-go cup with marshmallows and cupcakes and the pumpkins and the to-go cups here. I just love the stamp set. And then for the Frankly sentiment in the front here from her store, I purchased the Frankly the Best. Isn't he cute? I think I'm going to use him on some treat bag toppers and put him in another video. But it says, Frankly, you're the best. So what I did was I have a tendency to cut my stamps. So I cut you're the best off and just used the Frankly part. I could have probably blocked it off with washi tape, but I have this habit of cutting my stamps up, so I did that. And then for the inside here, where it says, for the gift card holder itself, a gift for you, I used this holiday jar filler stamp set from Paper Tray Ink, and I will post a link below for this as well. If you want to check out their stamps, they have some pretty cool stamps. And I just used a gift for you, but I love this stamp set. So cute. And I loved the candy canes and the marshmallows. I'm obsessed with this stamp set. So anyway, I will post those links. And without further ado, let's get started. I love Frankie. He's been around for such a long time on YouTube. And I just love the little guy. Okay, so for the envelope, you're going to need a sheet of cardstock, or I always use printer paper because it's more economical for me. If I'm sending it in the mail, though, I do use cardstock. So just because the copy paper seems to be a little too thin for that. But you're going to need a sheet that measures 11 by 8.5. and you want to put it in at the 11-inch mark and score it at 2.5. Sorry guys. And then again at 7.5. And then you're going to flip it, turn it around, and you're going to score at 1 inch. And then again at 7.25. Okay, so that's our envelope. You just set this aside. I think I'm going to do some You've Been Booed gifts and leave them on classroom doorknobs this year for some teachers and some classes. I think that might be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a ghost treat box. So I've been kind of thinking that way, and then I'll definitely share that with you guys. Okay, so you want to fold your score lines up, and then you're going to cut all 4 corners off. This one off. We used to do all kinds of things for each other before we got shut in, and then of course that stopped, and then last year we didn't do it because, you know, we had stopped it, and then, but it seems like everybody's trying to do some more special things for the kids, and, you know, just teachers and the paras. I would love to do it for our maintenance crew and the cafeteria and the office. So you should have something that looks like this. And what you're going to want to do is fold in the smaller flap. And I just use some double-sided tape on the edge of that flap right here. And then this flap, before you close it, you're going to want to put tape on that. And then just close it on up. And then you just pick a flap that you want to be your bottom. I like to use the smaller flap for the bottom. So I'm going to put some tape on that. And just fold it up. And then I take my 1-inch circle punch, and I always try to go halfway into the center and just punch that out, and that way it's easier for whoever gets it to pull the card out. But that's it, guys. That's the envelope. So let's set that aside. And for the card, you're going to need a sheet that measures 11 by 4.25, and you're going to fold it right in half. And I'm just going to run my bone folder over that. And we're going to get out our cutter as soon as I find mine. It's on the side of my desk. Okay, so this is our card base. What you're going to want to do is the open flaps you want to keep at the bottom. And at the top, you're going to line up the top right-hand corner on your cut line. Then the bottom right-hand corner, you want to take past that cut line to the opposite side where you see a 1/2 inch. So top right on the cut line, bottom right, past that cut line to the 1/2 inch mark over here, and you're going to cut. And it takes that little angle piece off there. Then you're going to want to flip it and do the same thing on this side. The top right hand corner goes on the cut line. The bottom right goes past that cut line to the 1/2 inch mark. And cut. Okay, so now you have your coffee shaped card. You're going to set that aside. And for the inside, and your outside piece, your inside and your outside piece here. You're going to need a sheet that measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. 4 inches across, 5 1/4 high. You're going to do the same exact thing to these pieces. Top right on the cut line, bottom right on the 1/2 inch past that cut line, and cut. Flip it, same thing, cut line, bottom goes past the cut line to the 1/2 inch mark, and cut. So now we have our inside piece. Now we're going to cut the outside the same exact way. It looks more complicated than it is until you start doing it and you're like, oh, you know what? That wasn't so bad. Okay. Now, we have our inside piece here. I'm going to open up my card and get out some liquid glue. And glue my piece in. Okay, now for your gift card, you're going to need a piece that measures 4 inches across by 1 inch high, and that is it. And I already stamped a gift for you, so I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to add glue on both sides, just a little, all the way across the bottom and a little bit on this side, and that's it. And then you're going to want to place it on the top so that the edges don't stick out. Oh, here's my rag. I was like, where's my rag? And we're going to let that dry before we put a gift card in there. So we're going to close that flap back up. And before we even put our Frankie piece on here, we're going to work with the hair. So the hair for this, I have a sticker on here. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't want to come off. I used a glitter piece of cardstock. You can use whatever you like. Entirely up to you. Okay. So mine measures, forgot to write this down, guys. I'm so sorry. Measures 4 inches across by 1.5 inches wide. And all I did, I'm going to turn it around and do it on this side so you can see it better. You're just going to go in with your scissors and make some triangle cuts. And when you do it, you want to do like different widths and maybe some different heights, just to make it look like some funky hair. Kind of like that. And you're going to do that all the way across. Make a skinny one, then maybe a smaller, wider one. And this takes a little bit of time, unless you're fast. I am not. Doesn't take too long though. Okay, and then it ends up looking like that. It's so cute, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is glue it to the top of our green cardstock up here. So let me add some glue. And the reason why I say do this first is because we're going to have to trim a little bit once it's on the sides here. I mean, you could probably leave it straight across, but I trimmed mine. Okay, so then I'm just going to go in with my scissor and trim that piece off. And this piece off here. Let me get these little pieces out of our way. Okay, so now we can put him on our card. I hope you guys are all having a great day today. It was a little hectic at work today. We had a really bad rain come down at buses for dismissal, and it was just super crazy. Okay, so the top of our card here, for the white piece that goes up here, I actually ran that through my spider web embossing folder, and then I took some black soot ink from Tim Holtz, and I just lightly ran it across that embossing to bring the embossing out. This piece measures 4.5 by 1 inch, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in and just cut a little angle just like that. Flip it around, do the same thing. So it looks like this. And that, there's 2 angles on each side. That's the top part of our lid. And then your bottom part, I'm going to run black soot. Oh, my cats are playing. I don't know if y'all can hear them. All around the edges, and then I'm going to stamp Frankly on it before and I like to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I get that from Joann's. So I'm going to stamp Frankly right about here. Okay, clean off my stamp. Anyway, this piece measures 4 3/4 by 1/2 inch. And I'm going to take some double-sided tape. And I don't go all the way to the edge, because your edge of your little edge of your coffee lid is going to hang out on each side. So you do not want any foam tape hanging out there with you. So I'm just gonna put some in the center there, and then I'm gonna add it to the white piece up here. Just like that. And we have our lid, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna glue it to the top of my card, just so that these 2 edges aren't poking out. So you're going to see a little bit of white in the back. Okay, but before I do that, because I'm going to use hot glue, because this glitter paper, I want to make sure it really adheres to that. So I'll set that aside and we'll work on the eyeballs. So for his eyeballs, I have all of these scattered all over here. Okay, I'm missing a 1-inch circle, but that's not a big deal because I can just do another one. Okay, for his eyeballs, you're going to need 2 1-inch circles that are white and 2 1/2-inch circles that are black. And mine I glued towards the bottom, but it's, you know, it's kind of all personal preference how you want to make his eyes. I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so I don't glue them in the center. I kind of glue it more towards the edge. And then you're going to need, for his eyebrows, a 1-inch circle piece in green that you're going to cut in half. And then I ran some more black soot all along the edges. Just to kind of bring out the eyelids. And then for his nose, I took a 1-inch circle and I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half again. And I used one of these pieces for his nose. So I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to put on some dimensional foam tape. One on that eyelid. Anyway, the rain came coming down on us, and I came home absolutely soaked. Like, I probably could have taken my clothes off and wrung them out. That's how soaked I was, and I didn't have a towel for the car. But it's so hot here that I'm sure my seat will dry in no time. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off. And then when you put your eyelid on, just want to make sure that none of that white is showing, kind of like that. And then he's going to go right here. And I'll put him right here. Yeah, that's going to look good. And then his nose, I kind of want the pointing up, kind of crooked there. So just stick that on like that. And then I took my white Jelly Roll pen. Let me glue these first, glue the eyes down, and then I'll show you what I did here. Let's see, he looks cute right there. And right there. And then with my white Jelly Roll pen, I just drew a little line and put a dot on the sides here and a dot. Okay, so I'll get a little closer so you can see what I did. And now I'm going to take my black pen and I'm going to draw my little scars and the mouth. So for the scars up here, I just kind of make a backwards S, and then I just put 2 little lines. And then over here, I'm going to make like a normal long S, like that. And then I'll just put 2 little lines. And then for his mouth, I just kind of make a big U. And then I just go through and put a bunch of different lines going different ways, so it kind of looks like it's stitched. You guys can do this however you like. I'm just kind of sharing how I did mine. Okay, so he has this wonky, cute little smile. And I think my hot glue is done and heated up. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the bottom part of this. Flip it over and line it up. And push down. And that's it, guys. That is our Frankie card that holds a gift card. And I'll just have to stamp on the inside and that's it. And the envelope as well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you give it a try, I hope you have fun. And happy crafting!